What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Namaste and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna check out why Indian kids are far better than American kids. This is by Sadhguru. If you are new, make sure to subscribe, guys. Just hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that, and that is just blessing me in a way. You'd never know, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
You must see the kids in American schools. It's another world. That way, you must be glad the way your children are in this country.
Oh.
Really, I'm talking. Just about 7 months ago, I was invited to school in Tennessee. I went. These are all 16, 17-year-old boys and girls. They have grown huge, okay? They're all on animal protein and animal hormones.
Facts.
Beef steak.
Facts.
Now, those animals have been pumped with all kinds of things, all right?
GMOs.
They've grown huge for their age. They're walking like this. I really… tears came to me. Why are they walking like this? Without any sense of humanity, without any sense of regard or respect for life around you.
Right, I think this is going to be good. Make sure to subscribe, guys. Make sure.
Let's go back about 3,800 years ago, and Manu, the misogynist, in Manu Smriti, talked about Dhan. We had a culture of philanthropy, we had a culture of giving back to society, primarily fueled in large parts by controlling and creating community clusters. Today we invite a Bill Gates and a Warren Buffett to teach us about giving back to society. There is urgent need for some participation in bringing up large masses of society that are underprivileged. Actually, I call it the impoverishment of opportunity. These people have been denied opportunities. Do you think we are pulling enough weight in bridging this divide? And what can be done? I know the work that you're doing, it was part of the audiovisual, but do you think we need to create a more equal, balanced world, and are we doing enough?
See, we have to understand this about… you went back 3,800 years, let me go back 300 years. 300 years ago, we were one of the most prosperous societies on the planet.
True.
Even then, you see all the palaces and fortresses. Maharajas lived in a certain way. But even ordinary people, there was no problem for nourishment, well-being of their own. Maybe not the kind of life that we were expecting today, but they lived according to those days. But this was the most active economy on the planet, we know that. What has happened to us is over nearly 800 to 1,000 years of occupation and disruption. That initial occupation and disruption was a disorganized effort. It was more interested in religion and looting and that kind of stuff. But what came in the last 250 years is very organized way of destroying, where what you stand upon, every bone has been broken.
Right, right.
Whatever the nation can stand upon, every single bone has been very strategically broken. So for 65 years of independence, we could have done way better, but we have done not too badly compared to way many other countries which are 65 years old. This is hats off to the Indian people. Without leadership, without visionary leadership, without really a proactive business effort, still people have made it to the extent we have made it, which is a fabulous, fabulous thing which has not happened anywhere. This is simply because of the huge cultural background we have, from which we have inherited a certain level of intellect that… I speak to all kinds of people across the world. You take highest level of academics or scientists or whatever. I find if you just pick a bunch of people in Bangalore or Mumbai or Chennai and speak to them, you will find in a very basic way, they're the smartest lot of people. They may not be trained, they may not be organized, but they're simply smart because they have inherited this. Today there's substantial scientific evidence. Suppose You train a rat, let's say, this generation of rat, you give him gulab jamun. Every time he touches the gulab jamun, give him a shock. 3 times or 4 times if you do it, next 7 generations of rats will not go near a gulab jamun. So this is called samskar. This is learning by simply being in the energy of that life, that you simply learn, not by teaching, not by schooling. You simply learned so many things which are invaluable and which made your intellect in a certain way. So we have not done too badly, there's no
Right.
need to go on complaining. We have not done as well as we should have done because of a confused leadership continuously for many years.
You
Many
meet people
years.
from all walks of life across geographies. There was an engagement that the Indian had even during the years of colonization, Mughal, British. And I don't want to be talking about the idea of India, but we were engaged with our cultural legacy. We knew who our poets were. We could recite, not only from the scriptures, from the fables. We knew the Dinkars, the Niralas, we celebrated the Vijay Tendulkars, the Badal Sarkars, we celebrated Tagore and Ray. Somehow,
And Ray.
that cultural engagement seems to have gone asunder.
Oh,
Why?
that's not just in India, that is across the world, because most people, their idea of literature today is 140 characters. That means we're working hard to become bird-brained so that we can only
Bird-brained.
tweet.
How many Twitter followers does
Right.
Sadhguru have?
Right.
No, but seriously, don't you believe somewhere there's
No,
this missing
that
link?
delinking is not just in India. You must see the kids in American schools. It's another world. That way, you must be glad the way your children are in this country. Really, I'm talking. Just about 7 months
agree
ago,
on this, it's just…
I
it's
was invited
different.
to school in Tennessee. I went. These are all 16, 17-year-old boys and girls. They've grown huge, okay? They're all on animal protein and animal hormones. So,
Beef steak, beef steak.
no, those animals have been
Food
pumped with all kinds of things, all right? They've grown huge for their age. They're walking like this, you know. I really… tears came to me. Why are they walking like this? Without any sense of humanity, without any sense of regard or respect for life around you, just the way you walk. There is no… at least still our children still are there, I don't know how long they will stay that way, because we are desperately trying to Americanize ourselves. It's very, very important.
Right.
This
You know-
culture, the most important thing in this culture has always been the development of the individual human being. We never talked about transforming societies. Revolution has never been an idea in this country because many people have tried and failed, you know, because revolution is not there in the culture. Here, our idea of revolution is, I want to change, this is a revolution. When we started this movement of inner engineering 33 years ago now, I call this the silent revolution of self-realization. Because I want to change you
Okay.
is not a revolution, it's an eternal problem. I'm willing to change.
Eternal
This is a
problem.
revolution. I'm willing to change is a revolution. So in this country, always it's been about self-transformation. It's not about changing you or somebody else or the society, because there is no such thing as society, it's just a word. There's only you and me. If you and me are transformed, you don't have to transform the nation or the society. There's no such thing, these are just words. So self-transformation has always been the focus of this nation. Now we kind of sort of lost that focus a little bit, we have to get that focus back. If individual human beings are transformed, why should you worry about fixing the society or the nation?
That is amazing. If you think about it deeply, you will realize that basically if you focus on changing yourself, right, you know that I have to change this and this. If you focus on changing yourself, where you lack, and I focus on changing myself, we won't have problems in the society because everybody knows that I have to do better, right? I have to do better. So that's basically in all the basics that you can think of. That's what he's trying to explain. That's what he's giving out to the people. We really need to focus on you and you. You're saying that in India, this revolution that everybody talks about, it was more of personalized, like yourself. We need to change you. He's working on changing, you know, you as a person. And at the end of the day, everybody will change. Everybody will be in their best selves, and we won't have issues. We won't have problems like, societal problems, country problems, and all that. Because those are just words that we made to, put everybody in, like different spaces or in one group or something like that. And also the other point that he talked about of trying to modernize, let's say, modernize ourselves in a way that is, you know, Americanizing ourselves. This happens even in Africa. This is happening in India as well. People are moving more into what they call, we are being modern, is taking up cultures more. They are like culture. These are not like a revolution or whatever. It's more like, you're changing cultures. You're saying this culture is modernization. So we're going to take this culture, and what you're basically saying is, you're saying this is more, ours is lesser than theirs, therefore we have to take theirs, and they will always see you as the lesser beings, right? Because we are always looking up to them. So it was never at the point of focus in India, as he's saying, and it has to be more, improving self than improving the whole community. Because at the end of the day, if I improve myself and you improve yourself, the whole society will be improved. Those are some wise words. All this, it seems like it's just, there's no punch, but there's a lot of information here, and if you just focus and you listen very closely, you will see that this is the best information that you would get in your life. So let's work on improving ourselves. And he talked about how Indian kids are really better. If you go to America, what you take inside you affects everything, right? Whether you are eating it, whether you are being taught, whether you are what you are seeing. And it's good that India is still holding on to those values, those cultural values, although this generation is moving apart. It's changing, it's getting different. So you just gotta look at that and focus on what you have, focus on what is important to you and everybody else, man. But otherwise, take good care of yourself. If you haven't subscribed, man, come on, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I post videos. I post every day 2 videos or more videos, depending on what you guys have been giving me on Instagram. And follow me on Instagram. Much love to you guys. Take good care of yourselves. Peace.